Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Wilfer Racing League video. Now, the first one on this channel. Our old channel, we obviously had a couple races with them as we joined them for mainly GT3 action. But now we're here in the BMW N2 Cup at the Circuit de Lebanon in France. It is going to be the first of 9 races in total. We're starting in last position here, basically the outside line, and P11 it is out of 12. One player starting behind us here, but it's going to be a fun one. Now, Wilfer Racing is a league based in New Zealand, and if you're interested in joining them, make sure you join their Discord. Gonna see how this goes. Now, this was actually also the same combo that we had over for the first race that was with the M2s on the Rookie Series this time. So that's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a circuit that many will know because of it. It's quite a short circuit here in France, mainly known for doing their Formula 4 series. It's actually at the time of recording also in the rookies leagues for the open wheelers, so that's going to be interesting. Formula V and the Formula Ford 1600, that is. We're finding ourselves currently not really in the best of places right now. We've taken it easy on the start, and that's a good way of going at it sometimes. So we're just trying to push this one the distance, try and keep it safe if we can. It's quite a fun grid we have this time around. But mixed skill players. Already we see some players going quite wide here. There's very little action. Oh, there's the contact. Drivers ahead, one even in the grass to our left. You could barely see it. You can only really see it the small screen that we have. There eventually is a rejoin. Yeah, you gotta be careful on that one. Obviously, on some triples, so we saw him rejoining, but that's still pretty scary stuff. When I have a look at that setup that we currently have, it is quite a fun setup we have in place, motion rig and everything. If you're interested, you could have a look. It's on our channel. The updates that have come since then have also been uploaded, and we're finding ourselves over in a safe position for now as the first lap's been completed. The first of 2 races. We see the driver ahead of us going quite wide, so we're able to just make sure that we take that position away. Overall, it's good. A little bit later, we see a joiner joining the track safely, that is, but so scary stuff out ahead of us. Trying to come in just a little bit closer. It's contact between the two. Looks like it in nicely. Still looking good for now. Some more swings going in. Oh, we go a little bit wide there. Allow the door to be open and lose a position because of it. Or car that goes ahead of it. So that's a shame, really. Well, that's how it goes sometimes around. Sometimes you make the mistake. It's Cavalier was now going by us again. Looks like we don't immediately have the pace to catch up. We're going to see him slowly disappear there to the distance. Make a small mistake. So this circuit is actually quite tricky with all the elevation. Luckily, this match doesn't affect the safety rating in any way whatsoever. Again, this is what it's going to feel like. It's good for now. 4th gear, and we immediately start pushing, but we have a driver behind us now. Pushing as hard as we could, and there's contact between us. Just got rammed into the back. I guess he didn't expect us to slow down that way. Number 6 car of Dan Gardiner also goes through as a result. That's a shame, really. It's just how it goes sometimes. You just have that slight bit of contact, and that's unfortunately good enough to enter race sometimes. Back into our starting position now. That is P11, and we make another mistake as we push that curb ever so slightly too much right there. Great, I have to admit. Now going back into the downhill section. Eventually, U-turns coming in. It's going to be pass in the end there. P11 it's going to be. Mixed feelings about that one. Obviously trying to make the most out of it, but it's a position we need to just deal with as it stands right now. Shame really. That's just how it is sometimes. It's going to be the highlights of the race coming up next. So this will give you a better overall view of how things are looking. We go then. To make the most of it. This is a start from the heli view is rather clean as it looks right now. It's great to be seeing. There is also a little bit of contact coming out there, but all is good. A cow crew and Martini livery just pulling away right now to make the most out of the start right there. No one's actually getting close enough to really contest it, so he's just going to be driving on his own from that point on. The 2 car gets away nicely. Here's another heli view right there. Much things happening at once, but everybody seems to be making it through. It's Dan Gardner we're focused on. There is contact between us, and he finds himself spinning around on the inside line. To the grass he joins, and I have to find his way all the way back there. Also, we saw contact between Kevin Laird and Andrew Schulte, with Kevin Laird and unfortunately also going off. SM2. Here is Cal Franson. Actually, not. It's Kevin Laird. Excuse me. If Aaron Matisse going up nicely there. Small mistake being made. He goes too wide. Finds himself moving up into yet another position. So yeah, he's making that progress now. Now here is the driver I was just talking about. Cal Franson. To go up the inside here. He overtakes Michael Ferguson, but he's not going to let that slide as they immediately are back to racing. There immediately. Contact made right there, and I think, and it was maybe an ever so slight bump. That is a white line. That will allow Michael Ferguson to go straight ahead anymore. Just takes that position back, so all that effort done for nothing then. Great look that is. We'll see some more coming in. Then, oh, that is a pit maneuver if I've ever seen one. Jimmy Broadbent's car. Inspired livery, obviously shown at the Nürburgring 24 hours. It's the grass, and that's a shame look, really. Ah, well. Sometimes happen. Eventually he's able to rejoin the track, but eventually some more drivers going by right there. As a result of it. Here's Sven Matisse getting overtaken. Up the inside, a successful move. So, team number 111, Steve McDonald, is making some progress. So he's getting back into it now. Here is Dan Gardner again. Andrew Schulte right behind. And well, they're pushing and racing quite harder, I have to say. There's potential for a move. They're side by side. There's contact between the two. A good look for either of them, and it's going to end up costing them time. Both of them, as also it looks like Andrew... Oh, he's even hit the wall there. So Andrew losing quite a bit of time there. Here's that move, and yeah, it just doesn't really seem to fit through there. So there's contact between the two. Just spins around, and then he tries to rejoin. Can't really get the steering movement in enough, and therefore... barrier again. Actually able to get the car going again. Here is another swing at it from Michael Ferguson. He tries to push hard, and unfortunately he finds himself losing the car. He's able to get off the racing line at least. To rejoin, losing 4 positions as once. That makes him P7 overall. Here we see another freeway battle. This one driver going quite wide, so Jimmy Jarrett's able to close that gap right there, but then he loses the back end. Finds himself saving it. Does lose the position to Darren Rowe, who is on high alert. Is able to make his way by as if nothing ever happened. Clean move right there, and it's all looking quite solid all around. There's Sven Matisse going wide. Yeah, we saw that a bit earlier. Eventually the overtake, very much successful right there. See, Sven always a very cautious driver, right? Always just trying to take it easy. To swing the 100 and 132. Himself going off a little bit. Some more drivers going by right there. In the end, we do see quite the fights. Look at how close the battles to us after a couple laps. And you know, I've done a little bit of these races in the iRacing Rookie Series. Trust me, it didn't go like that. Here is Jamie Jarrett at it again. Seems to be going just a little bit too wide there, and that will open the door. As Alderton will be able to go down the inside, and Ronald Allen now also on high alert. He knows that he might get a chance, and that's exactly what it's going to take. The driver behind him too is going to give it a go. In the end, they will all go by. Michael Ferguson joining in as the latest addition, but he then goes a little bit too wide on that exit, but that is not really as big as a mistake as it looks. To keep the momentum in the car. This is now the onboard Darren Rowe, really utilizing the absolute maximum of the track right there. Cal Franson trying to fight for his life, but he's not able to do so immediately. Here's that move. Is it on? Well, it's going to be around the outside, so and can it work? Yeah, just straight up. Darren Rowe takes the position. Here is car crew currently leading. Finds himself driving alone. So what's happened here? There's quite a lot of pebbles on the track right there. So that's obviously come with the debris update. And there is a little bit of a spin. It looked mostly like an unforced error to me. Sees for free going by even perhaps, but then everyone's just in the way. You can't rejoin safely. Is doing the responsible and the sensible thing to join in as soon as it's clear. Yeah, not a good look right there. Eventually finds himself crossing the line in P7 as it is right now. This is only in lap 6. We'll be having a couple more laps on. This is then Sven Matisse. I haven't really talked about him in terms of what he thinks of the track, but I know it's pretty tricky. There is another mistake being made. Just a small bump is good enough to upset the car. Now, it doesn't cost him as much time as he's able to keep the car mostly in the right direction, which we have seen otherwise anyways, and that's a good look right there. Here then, Italy getting pressured again, but Dan Gardner to go by. This is Jamie Jarrett. Finds himself pushing really hard right there on the edge. Every single corner. And the upper corner. Has he gone too early on the throttle? It looks like it a little bit. Steve McDonald go right by. Just makes his way over to the grass right there. Trying to rejoin the track safely. Our crew will be going by. That's a fortunate incident, I have to say. This is quite the battle out here. Drivers coming in. This is Ronald Allen being chased right now. Actually, I was about to say what's going to happen here. Oh, there's the spin. Oh no. That's one of the free going right there. Just a rejoin then. Able to do so, but it's going to cost him a lot of time right there. Big mistake being made. Sees Jamie Jarrett go by, and a couple other drivers will soon follow. He's able to continue. It's number 11 car in the end. And makes a big mistake. Here's Ronald Allen. Trying to come up closer perhaps, and tries to make that move, and Able to do that immediately. There's the mistake and he goes off. Finds himself hitting the wall really hard. There is the engine blowing up. Oh no. That's the end of your race right there. Yeah, your car's toast. It is very aggressive battle right there. Oh, almost contact. Anderschulte and Gardner. That was pretty close, but in the end, well, that move stick. Very successful. Hasn't really been the cleanest race of Anderschulte right there. He's now trying to chase in the last lap. Lap 10. This first 15-minute race. After we've got another feature race for first grid. There's the contact. That's just not a good look right there. Then Gardner also comes around and loses both positions. Just not a good look right there. I mean, that sometimes happens, right? But shame to see it go that way. See a couple players their way over to the finish line. There's another spin right there. Shame, really. First time we've seen it. Many drivers seem to struggle with the track, and let me tell you why. It's quite a few turners with, you know, quite a bit of uphill challenges in it. To make it even worse, there's also a big blind corner. You gotta nail to make sure you keep your speed. Over this then. This comes to the eventually. It's Darren Rowe in P1. Al Frentzen ends up finishing P2 right behind, and Thomas Elderton third position respectively. That is going to be the end of the first race right here, but we've still got another race coming up, but quite the entertaining race in the beginning already. We'll see some more coming out there. And obviously, this is all free content. Maxime Grid, and now let's have a look at the qualifying hot lap here over for car crew. On the edge of the car, on the edge of the track. Way flat here. You can actually stick to the inside here a little bit, shift down, make your way to the outside, and then kind of cut halfway across. Very weird combination of corners to get it started, and that's what makes this track so incredibly dangerous. Basically going straight over the curbs. These cars can obviously handle it, but it's still a big risk to be taking. This is what it felt like, and this is a 131.072. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to find a reference lap here. See, the BMW M2 was a little bit more of a niche, I think that's fair to say. A lot of drivers have driven this track, but it's mainly, you know, smaller cups. GT3s, GT4s have raced here, but mainly come from their local French race leagues. Now, I wouldn't know any. I think it's FFSA, if I recall correctly. I might be wrong on that one. Other than that, we kind of just only really have the BMW M2 Cup as a support series of the DTM that comes close. I mean, you have one in Japan, but they're not going to race in France, of course. There's one in Italy too. I remember something vaguely like that, but it's just on the edge every single turn without making a mistake, and that's the trickiest part, of course. The end then. Not going to be the finish up in the end. Time to look at the next one. It's going to be first race coming in here. We'll see how it goes. Starting first on this reverse grid. That only goes for the people that actually finished up the race. So let's see how that one goes then. Quite excited, and here we're gonna go. Ready this time to start looking well. Obviously starting in pole position. It's already a great way of going. I think we're actually able to escape quite a little bit here. The other drivers taking it easy as they should, and this time the line is looking good for turn one. Slow down a little bit here to make sure that we make it. We already have some drivers very eager going by, but keep in mind it's also these slower-ish drivers trying to come around there, and then we decide to give them space and we spin. Actually a T-bone right ahead of us. The end, well, we are now in last already. Tire field has to go by because they're all so close in there. Yeah, that's not a great one in there, I have to say. Well, that is just part of it. Just gonna have to live with that and, you know, build up whatever there's left. It's gonna be... yeah. I have to figure it out as it stands right now. Now this is a great look. Just making sure we're in clean air and we need to keep things clean. And we're doing exactly that right now. In the end, this is all looking a little bit better now. This is going to be a nice way of going at things. Everything looking good for now. Obviously, in the end, it is quite the start from us here. There is one driver cutting across Dan Gardner, if I'm not mistaken. Some more drivers going by. As he start, that is most definitely the case. There is once again more contact. Actually, I don't know if there was contact in the first place, but we find ourselves spinning. Time around a little bit harder to see if you can rejoin safely. You're stuck in the middle of the track, middle of the racing line even. Oh well, that's how it goes. But this is very late in the race, so already see the faster drivers coming up. We see another driver ahead of us going off. A good look right there, I have to admit. Eventually able to rejoin. Closer to Jamie Jarrett now. Has rejoined the track now and is getting chased. Way to go though. He seems to be having that pace to at least keep up with us. There's a mistake of Jamie Jarrett, but we're focusing on him more than we are on the racing line, as we also will follow in his footsteps. Normally you like to think that's a good thing, well not this time around. That's not a great look right there, but in the end, be able to rejoin. Nothing ever happened, so things looking, you know, okay from that point on. In the end, we'll continue our race. To see how it's gonna go, and there is a bit of a spin. It's a long drift. Actually, we managed to keep it together. Jarrett just completely gone on the distance right there. Nothing that we could do about it, really. Just kind of have to let it go as it's worth, and there's another spin, unfortunately. Just keep losing the players. Left, right, and center, they're all so far gone now. And all these drivers, they're just pushing in lap after lap, and they're looking all so good, and unfortunately we are not. Shame, really. That is just a part of it sometimes, you know, that's just how it is. Yeah, we finish P10. Get some decent points for the championship, but definitely not the greatest way to start off the season. I think that's fair to say. Once again, your reminder as we get into the highlights of the race. And if you like this video so far, make sure you like and subscribe. 2 more minutes of content has been brought to you. It's great to see, but we'll be seeing if we can get some more on right there. So yeah, they start some contact already coming in right there. And no big incidents. No one really spins around. Everything is still looking okay. There's the spin, as we saw it earlier. It's not a great look, I have to say. Is that then going to be stance right now? I'm not so certain. There is contact then. It's Jamie Jarrett going off right there. Actually able to rejoin. Nothing happens. I try letting it go. Jarrett is able to rejoin. So, let's be honest, a good look right there. This is going to be a nice way of recovering things, need to be honest. MTs all trying to come out there. There is another driver going off, Dan Gardner. It's just a mess out there, man, let me tell you. Eventually able to do so. It's definitely not the greatest of starts, I think that's fair to say. Here's Sven Matisse again. Friends right behind, able to dodge him. It's a little bit of a race, kind of a waiting game, right? Where does the other player go? In the end, both are able to continue as nothing ever happened. Obviously, everyone's ahead of us now. Here we see that onboard. Yeah, just waiting to see where the car is going to be going. Great awareness, I have to say. Make it happen. Able to continue. To be able to continue there. So yeah, even Jamie Jarrett now losing control. Drivers going by. We catch up, of course. As we have seen before. Well, try and see if we can actually contest them all the way through there. But obviously we saw what happened. This is now Gardner kind of alone. There he goes off right into the barrier. Repetition of what we saw last time around, but that was a different driver, recall correctly. Eventually to rejoin as if nothing ever happened. But yeah, it's just a shame really, right? Continue. There is driver going quite wide, and it's actually very, very wide, as you can see. Eventually the rejoin coming in right there, and so Michael Ferguson lose quite a couple of positions. Was actually in the lead for that time being with Andrew Schulte now together with I believe that was the Martini livery, right? Yes, it was. So it's gonna be called group. Lost them eventually. Now here is a four-way battle here. Gets the most out of this one. There's contact, and oh no. That's not a good way of going at things right there, right? That's... I see your race gun. Basically completely. We see the onboard of it. Yeah, there's just an ever so slight tap, and that's good enough to send the car around. Shame, really. Here is the car of Gardner going off again. Finds himself rejoining the track as if nothing ever happened, but yeah, it's just not great, right? Now here's that freeway battle again. Andrew Schulte currently leading that one. He's going to go too wide, and that allows Car Crew to make his way over, take that lead away. Michael Ferguson immediately dives down the gap and is able to continue getting that position over with. So a good move coming out right there. Make it work. Again, it is just the 2 positions lost there. Not actually that much time lost even, but you are now fighting for a position that used to be yours. And I guess it's more of like the hardest realization right there. Here's another freeway battle here. This time, once again, a Bilstein car involved. And see how this goes then. Steve McDonald leading it, if I'm not mistaken. There's a move. Yes, indeed. Very successful, but almost hitting each other. Doesn't matter much. He's by. That position won't be taken away anytime soon. Here is the Parkroom Martini car again. And just gotta deal with the debris there. So Michael Ferguson going off. Just about keeps it on track and just about able to keep going in the right direction. He does lose out of position. Andrew Schulte now moves up to P2. Awesome freeway battle. That is going to be battle here, perhaps then. That could go either way, really. It's the number 14 car involved. Mistaken that was. Aaron Rowe, together with Cal Franson, he was chasing the hardest he can. 63 car himself, ending that position after taking it, and it is now going to be once again a freeway battle we're seeing here. Lots of on-track action here for the majority of the drivers, which is cool to see, really. There's a move down the inside, very successful at that. Alderton, that position away. Kevin Laird was not able to defend it, unfortunately for him. Alderton immediately tries to create a gap if he can here. That is one driver going a little bit too wide. That's the number 4 car of Kevin Laird, and that will allow Steve McDonald to close that gap. He's trying to immediately go down the inside here. Perhaps he could send it into turn 1. It's more than alongside at this point. There's that move. Is it successful? It looks like it. Makes that work. Jamie Jarrett, well, would have loved to vent that a little bit later, but here is at least another battle. Jamie Jarrett in this Skechers livery goes too wide, and then weirdly enough, Sven follows. Definitely one of the weirdest moments in this race. I don't know exactly what's happened. Maybe he was trying to follow the line, or maybe he was distracted himself, but one here can be very deceiving. Driver's able to continue as if nothing ever happened, but the debris will get on there. There's a freeway battle again. Marco leading. There is now a move alongside, perhaps. I think it's on. Andrew Schulte gets a great run into turn 1. Onto the main straight, I should say, rather. Who not able to defend it, unfortunately. But is successful at that. Maybe it sent out the inside. Oh, that's a wild move from Carl Crew, and unfortunately it doesn't stick. And the only driver not really involved in the battle gets away with the lead. I don't know how that's just happened, but Michael Ferguson just sponsors both, and now is the leader of the match. Yeah, it's so great. Here is Sven Matisse driving in no man's land, trying to catch up to the driver ahead of him. There is a big drift coming out, and Jimmy Jarrett's able to extend his lead because of it, because that does obviously cost you some time, and it's a big scare there. Cohen Brown, as they like to say it, and that is going to be the attack over for a long while. Here is Dan Gardner, and he finds himself downshifting their higher revs, and he can't make the corner. He's able to at least rejoin the track there, so it actually isn't even as bad as it looks right there. Now this is potentially going to move on. Oh, it's a bit too wide. And Gardner again. Not the first time it's happened here. It's definitely had a messy race. I think we can all agree on that one. We then see. And I think it's on. I think that will just be over then. Actually, that was pretty close there. Alfredson makes it up and to give him Laird, but almost forgets to give him enough space to stay on there. But immediately can get to pulling away. He is just the faster driver on track right now, and that shows. Once again, your friendly reminder, if you're liking the video so far, make sure you like and subscribe as we're once again watching Dan Gardner. And he slipped there in the end, but keeps the car going. Scary stuff out there, but he's pushing his car to the limit, or maybe even himself, and this time goes very, very wide and hits that barrier so hard right there. Crashes his car and immediately thinks, you know what, that's enough for me today. Battle for P1 still, and Andrew Schulte trying to come around here. Michael Ferguson leading, coming into the next corner. It's hard but respectful racing, able to go side by side, but instead of move successful, the next move is going to be a left-hander, and he does still have overlap, and he dares to brake late. And both drivers leave each other the space necessary, and eventually moves off the attack, or at least tries to. It's going to be. The battle is still very much on here. Battle will continue for quite a while here. These two very close. Have been basically the entire season. Awesome to see, really. I've definitely been enjoying them. Now going to be. Appears to be that one, and now it's gone. I think it's undusted right there. Move seems to be successful, and after that, shells that could be done. But once again, we find ourselves here fighting to make the most out of it. There is the move down the inside, and is it successful in the end? It looks to be. Then immediately shoots too wide, and that means that the battle still very much is on. Still side by side coming into the final few corners now, and this is so intense. Obviously there's still a couple laps to go, but look at how hard they're fighting this. Once again, looking to come around the corner is once again same car would try to do it just a couple more times, and this battle, well, it's awesome to see Michael Ferguson now behind, as it looks like Andrew Schulte has done it. In the end, is it enough, you wonder? This battle has been going on for ages. Schulte now seems to have built the gap over. It's good to see. We'll be seeing some more. And here's another freeway battle on track. It's looking good. There is almost a contact here. It's a little bit too late of a braking zone. I'm surprised they managed to somehow avoid Steve McDonald there. And here's once again a battle for the lead. That's a good run out of it. Maybe a move here around the outside. There's going to be very little space coming uphill again. Can make it work. But that would be quite the statement right there. Be then see what else could be done with it, but oh man, it's close stuff really. And let's see what gets the most out of it. I wonder. In the end, well, it looks to be green car manages to do it. So it's going to be Michael Ferguson coming out in first. Second place. And the Schulte will both go off here. in the end celebrate together. They're playing in the sand. Isn't that awesome to see? Gold Crew then finished the race in P3. A good result from him. Definitely something he could be very happy with. And that's going to be a nice position overall. P3 scoring some good points, but not the win that he was hoping for. There it is then. There's Matisse all the way towards the end. There is, ooh, a little bit of a spin. In the end, this is how it looks like. Now, nice scoreline. P9 it is overall. Now, if you guys have enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe. The channel would be very much appreciated. Here's the calendar. Next up, Alton Park on the 8th of February. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later.